Listen carefully, chosen one. Heaven is not silent tonight. I was sent to you, not by chance, but by divine appointment. There are moments when eternity leans close to the earth, when the air trembles because something sacred is about to be revealed, and this is one of those moments. I come to you not as a stranger, but as a messenger carrying the weight of a heavenly decree. The voice of Archangel Michael has already thundered across the realm of spirit. Only 2 minutes remain before the door of destiny closes. That is why you are hearing this now. Someone has written a false story about you, a lie dressed as truth, a crime that bears your name but not your hands. They smiled at you in daylight, yet in secret they plotted your fall. They envied the light upon your life, and in their jealousy they forged words meant to chain you. But God has seen it all. He has heard every whisper and watched every deceitful hand move in darkness. And now He sends this message as divine intervention, so you will not walk blindly into the trap that was designed for you. Those strange heavinesses you felt, those sleepless nights, those uneasy dreams, they were not random. They were the alarm of heaven ringing in your spirit. God was warning you long before this message appeared. He does not come to frighten you, but to free you. Archangel Michael stands ready with the sword of truth, blazing with holy fire, declaring, "The lie written against you will be shattered, and every chain will break, so do not turn away. Do not scroll past this moment. Every word you read is a shield being raised around your life. You are standing at the edge of a divine revelation, and what happens next will change everything. I am not here to threaten you, I am here to awaken you." Now, as you step forward into this divine truth, if this resonates, you can write 777 as an act of agreement in faith, or simply stay and receive. Don't rush away. Stay with me until the end, because we're going to close this message with a powerful prayer, one that will speak directly into your spirit today. Stay with me. This moment is holy. Let the weight of His peace rest on you now. There is a darkness that hides behind familiar smiles. The one who accused you was never far away. They sat at your table, they laughed at your stories, and they pretended to care. But in the shadows of their heart, jealousy began to whisper. It was small at first, a seed of envy that grew each time they saw you favored, each time they watched heaven bless what you touched. Soon that envy became poison. They could not bear your peace, nor the light that surrounded your name, and so they conspired to stain it. They crafted a false story, a lie built carefully enough to sound believable, and they placed your name upon it as if signing your destiny themselves. Chosen one, you must understand this is not merely human betrayal. It is a spiritual attack designed to destroy your credibility, your peace, and your calling. The accuser was driven not just by bitterness, but by unseen forces that fear the power you carry. They wanted to silence your voice before your purpose could unfold. The crime they invented was never about guilt. It was about distraction. It was about pulling you into confusion so you would doubt your own anointing. They thought if they could bury your reputation, they could bury your destiny with it. But what they forgot is that God does not sign off on lies. Heaven holds the final word, and no pen of man can rewrite what God Himself has decreed over your life. Even now, the unseen realm is shifting. Michael, the Archangel of Justice, has stepped forward. I can almost see his sword glinting with divine fire as he declares, "The trap they built will collapse beneath their own feet. The pit they dug will become their own grave. You have been marked by heaven's favor, and that is why the enemy fights you so fiercely. But the truth is stronger than deception, and the light within you burns brighter than any shadow. So stand firm. Do not give fear the power it craves. You are not defined by their story, you are defined by heaven's story. The accusation against you is not the end of your chapter, it is the beginning of your vindication, and the one who called you is already rewriting the verdict in your favor. Heaven has already moved on your behalf, even before you understood the danger. The moment the false accusation was written, the court of heaven convened. I saw it in the spirit. The scrolls of truth were opened, and Archangel Michael stood in radiant armor before the throne. His sword blazed like lightning, his eyes fixed on the injustice aimed at you. And from the midst of glory came the voice of the Almighty, steady, sorrowful, yet filled with power, saying, "My child will not wear the garment of shame. My beloved will not be sentenced for the sins of the envious." That declaration shook the heavens. Every demonic whisper that spoke against your name began to crumble. The lie that once looked solid started to dissolve like dust in the presence of divine fire. What you are feeling now, the trembling in your chest, the pressure in your heart, is not fear. It is the weight of divine movement, the sound of justice unfolding in unseen realms. Listen to me, chosen one. When God intervenes, he does not enter quietly. His justice roars, his light invades. His truth overturns what men thought was settled. Even now, I sense the holy fire surrounding your name, rewriting your record, cleansing every trace of accusation. Heaven is aligning events in your favor. Conversations are shifting, hearts are being convicted, and hidden documents are losing their power. What was meant to drag you down is now being transformed into the very proof of God's covering. Archangel Michael has spoken. The chains of falsehood are breaking. The liar's mouth will be silenced. The one who forged the story will be exposed under heaven's light. I tell you, this is not imagination, it is intercession. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are being defended by forces greater than your enemies can comprehend. So do not let despair speak louder than faith. Do not interpret the silence of man as the absence of God. Heaven's justice sometimes arrives in stillness before it thunders in public. Trust that what is unseen is already at work for your deliverance. You are not the victim of this story. You are the testimony being written by the hand of God. And when the dust settles, truth, not rumor, will bear your name. Chosen one, now that heaven has stepped in, you have reached the turning point of this battle. The trap is weakening, the lie is trembling, but you must understand this. In the realm of the spirit, rescue is often completed by obedience. Staying in the light, staying under the shield, staying present in faith, this is not a small suggestion. It is the very key that keeps the fortress closed to your enemy. I speak to you as one sent. Each word you are reading is not random text. It is a brick being laid around your life. Each sentence is another shield rising between you and the false charge. But a wall left unfinished can be breached, and a shield dropped too soon leaves the heart exposed. That is why heaven keeps whispering, "Stay." Michael's voice is still echoing through the halls of justice. Do not walk away from the covering. Do not drift from the light. Do not silence the words sent to guard you. This is how heaven works. God gives a warning, then a strategy, then a promise. The warning you have already received. The promise you have heard. The strategy is simple but costly. Remain in faith until the work is finished. Do not be swayed by fear. Do not rush ahead trying to prove your innocence in your own strength. Do not scroll past the very lifeline thrown to you. Even now, as you hold steady, documents are shifting, eyes are opening, and the lie's power is draining away. Remember Joseph. He stayed faithful in prison until the palace doors opened. Remember Daniel. He prayed even when the decree was against him and the lions' mouths were shut. Remember Jesus. He endured false witnesses and kept silent, and his silence became the doorway to resurrection. In the same way, your quiet endurance is not weakness. It is alignment with heaven's timing. So stay. Stand firm. Hold your ground in the spirit. Every moment you remain here strengthens your shield, sharpens your sword, and draws Michael closer to strike on your behalf. This is not a passive waiting. It is active faith. And when the fortress is complete, no arrow of accusation will touch you, and truth will roar louder than every whisper. Chosen one, hear me now with every part of your being. The hour is heavy. The air around you carries weight because heaven is about to expose what has been hidden. The one who accused you is closer than you wish to believe. They are not a distant enemy, not a stranger in the shadows. They are someone who once stood within the circle of your trust. They spoke softly. They smiled when you succeeded, and they nodded when you shared your dreams. Yet behind that mask they sharpened words like blades. Their envy became a disease that ate through their heart until betrayal felt justified. Do not mistake this for a small wound. This is spiritual treason. They did not only attack your name, they attacked your purpose. They partnered with darkness to forge a lie that could destroy not just your reputation but your destiny. The false charge they wrote carries energy in the unseen. It was meant to summon shame, fear, and confusion around your life. Every whisper they spread was an arrow dipped in poison. But what they failed to see is that heaven does not sit silent when its chosen ones are slandered. I tell you this in the authority of the one who sent me. Their time of hiding is over. Even now, the covering over their deceit is cracking. Their words are returning to them like fire in their own mouths. People who once believed their story are beginning to feel uneasy, to see contradictions, to question. Because truth has weight and lies cannot carry it forever. Michael has drawn his sword. I see it blazing, trembling with righteous anger. He declares, the liar's tongue will be silenced, and the trap will collapse upon the builder's feet. You may feel betrayed, confused, or angry. That is natural. But lift your eyes. This is not chaos, it is divine exposure. What was whispered in secret will soon be shouted from rooftops. What was written against you will be rewritten in light. The accuser's name will not stay hidden for long. When the revelation comes, it will shake you, yes, but it will also free you. For truth, when it pierces, it also heals. I must tell you, chosen one, this is a sacred confrontation between light and darkness, between heaven's decree and human deceit. Stand firm, because this is the moment heaven vindicates your name. The same God who split the Red Sea is now dividing truth from falsehood on your behalf. The liar may have written your story, but God himself is holding the pen now, and what he writes cannot be erased. Chosen one, listen closely, because what I am about to tell you will lift the veil from the battlefield. You have been walking through something far greater than human betrayal. This was a divine setup, not for your destruction, but for your revelation. Heaven allowed the trap to form so that heaven itself could prove who you are. What the enemy intended for harm, God is now using as the stage of your vindication. I saw it in the spirit. Archangel Michael descended into the courtroom of lies, his sword flaming with justice. The documents forged against you began to burn, the ink of accusation dissolving under the light of truth. The enemy trembled because they realized too late they had activated heaven's jurisdiction. They built a prison for your name, but it became their own cell. They rolled a stone to seal your fate, but the same stone now blocks their escape. Do you understand the gravity of this, beloved? Every word spoken against you became fuel for your elevation. Every plan meant to silence you is now an announcement of your anointing. You are standing in the turning point of divine reversal. When heaven moves, it does not simply cancel lies, it converts them into proof of favor. The pit Joseph was thrown into became the doorway to Pharaoh's palace. The cross that humiliated Christ became the throne of redemption. In the same way, this accusation, this humiliation, will become the foundation of your glory. Michael speaks again. The snare they built is collapsing beneath them. The more they push, the higher you will rise. The more they slander, the louder truth will sing. I see walls falling. I see names being cleared. I see justice moving like wind, quiet but unstoppable. This is not wishful thinking. This is a divine transaction, already signed in the blood of the Lamb. So do not curse the pit that held you. Do not despise the night that hid you. Both were instruments in heaven's plan to refine your power. What was meant to bury you is birthing you. What was meant to shame you is shaping you. And what was meant to end you has become the signal of your new beginning. Stand tall now, chosen one. The very chains that bound you are being melted into a crown. This is the hour of holy reversal. The trap has turned, and triumph has begun. Chosen one, every battle you have faced carries purpose. You are not under attack because you are weak. You are under attack because you are marked. The enemy does not waste his arrows on those who pose no threat. He aims only at those carrying light strong enough to blind him. And you, yes, you carry that kind of light. From the beginning, your spirit has been different. You have felt the weight of things others ignore. You have seen the truth others laugh at. You have endured storms that would have destroyed ordinary souls. There has always been something about you that draws both heaven's attention and hell's hatred. The enemy saw your potential long before you did. He saw the calling written over your life, the favor that would break generational curses, the words you would speak that would heal others, and he feared it. So he tried to destroy you before your voice could mature, before your power could awaken. This is why the false accusations came. This is why betrayal cut so deep. This is why isolation wraps around you like winter. It was never about punishment. It was about preparation. Heaven has been shaping your endurance through fire, refining your discernment through tears, and teaching you obedience through silence. You have been forged like iron under pressure, because the mantle you are about to carry requires strength that comfort could never produce. Do you remember those seasons where everything was stripped away, friends, peace, certainty? You thought you were being abandoned, but in truth, heaven was removing every counterfeit attachment so that when your time came, no one could claim credit for your rising. Michael said it clearly in the courts of heaven. Let this one stand alone, so all will see that their victory belongs to God. And so here you are, standing not as a victim, but as evidence. The trial that was meant to shame you has become the testimony that proves who you are. Every wound has been training you for authority. Every heartbreak has been making room for divine compassion. The power in you is not borrowed, it is born. Understand this deeply. The greater the calling, the greater the warfare. You were not chosen for comfort, you were chosen for impact. You carry words that will break chains, presence that will shift atmospheres, and faith that will restore others drowning in fear. That is why hell trembles when you rise in truth. So do not envy the quiet lives of those untouched by fire. You were never meant to live small. You were chosen to awaken nations, to carry the mark of heaven in a world that has forgotten its maker. And this battle, the one that almost broke you, was simply proof that you are becoming everything the enemy feared you would be. Chosen one. This is the part most souls resist the fire. No one prays for it. Few understand it. Yet all who are truly chosen must walk through it. Because fire does not come to destroy the pure, it comes to expose the precious. You are not being punished, you are being refined. And I tell you this with the full weight of heaven behind my words. Everything you are walking through has purpose far beyond pain. I have seen it in the spirit realm. You have been surrounded by heat, betrayal, misunderstanding, delay, loss. It feels endless, but heaven calls it the refining season. Every tear you've cried is holy oil poured into the furnace of your destiny. God is not absent from this fire. He is the one who allowed it to shape you. For what he is building through, you must last through storms, and gold that has not been tested cannot shine under his glory. Do you remember Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? They were thrown into the flames, yet a fourth figure, Christ himself, walked with them, and the fire that was meant to kill them only burned their ropes. The same is happening to you. The flames around you are not killing you. They are burning away fear, doubt, and false identity. Every trial has peeled back another layer of who you are not, until only your true self remains the one heaven has always known. Listen carefully, chosen one. Pain is not always punishment. Sometimes it is purification. God allows the fire because he is jealous of your authenticity. He will not let imitation cling to your calling. He will not let pride pollute your purpose. He is removing what cannot go with you into the next level. Voices, habits, relationships, even thoughts that no longer align with divine order. And though the loss hurts, it is mercy in disguise. Michael, the warrior of light, stands near, even now. His sword glows like molten silver as he speaks. Do not curse the furnace that frees you. Do not despise the flames that reveal your power. The fire that surrounds you is the same fire that guards heaven's gates. What you are enduring is not chaos, it is consecration. And when this fire finishes its work, you will emerge untouchable, not because you escaped the flames, but because you walked through them and lived. Your faith will no longer be theory, it will be testimony. Your voice will no longer echo pain, it will release healing. Your presence will no longer tremble, it will carry weight, the kind that shifts rooms and silences storms. So hold steady, the heat will pass, and what remains will be eternal. You will come out radiant, gold refined, faith proven, and authority sealed. For this is the mystery of the chosen. Those who endure the fire become the very flame through which God lights the world. Chosen one, as the fire cools and the ashes settle, you stand at a threshold. You have been tested, purified, and proven. But now heaven issues a new command. Stay. Stay in the flow of divine alignment. Stay where heaven can reach you. Because many are refined, but few remain connected once the storm is over. They taste victory and drift away from the presence that sustained them. Do not let that be your story. The flow of heaven is not a feeling, it is a posture. It is the rhythm of obedience that keeps your spirit synchronized with divine purpose. When you pray, you align. When you listen instead of rushing, you align. When you forgive even when it hurts, you align. Each act of surrender keeps the current of heaven moving through your life like a living river. And this river, once you remain in it, will carry you to places no human plan could ever reach. Hear me, chosen one. The danger now is not the enemy outside, but distraction within. The devil does not always roar. Sometimes he whispers comfort. He will tell you that you've done enough, that you can rest from spiritual vigilance, that you no longer need to press in, but heaven warns otherwise. Spiritual momentum is sacred. What you build in the furnace can be lost in complacency. That is why Michael stands guard near you even now, his presence stirring your spirit to vigilance. I hear his words in the distance. Do not step out of the light when the world turns dark again. Stay where grace flows. Stay where truth breathes. Remaining in the flow means choosing prayer when silence tempts you, choosing worship when fear resurfaces, choosing gratitude when life still feels uncertain. It means living aware that heaven is closer than breath, that angels walk beside you, and that every decision either strengthens or weakens your alignment. Your faith is no longer about emotion, it is about consistency. The battle now is not for your deliverance, it is for your focus. And if you stay, if you hold this rhythm of trust and obedience, you will see something miraculous. Heaven will begin to move through you, not just for you. Your words will carry unusual authority. Your presence will become a refuge for others. You will walk in divine timing, never too early, never too late, because your steps will echo with heaven's pace. So remain. Do not disconnect when peace returns. Do not grow numb when blessings come. The same God who met you in the furnace now calls you to walk in continual fire, gentle, holy, unending. Stay in the flow, and you will not just survive this season. You will become the current that carries others back to God. Chosen one, the time of silence is over. The unseen court of heaven has already spoken, and now the verdict is descending into the natural world. What was once hidden in whispers will soon echo through halls, headlines, and hearts. The exposure is coming. Heaven does not reveal lightly, but when it does, it is unstoppable. Truth is no longer walking, it is running swift, unstoppable, glowing with divine fire. Prepare yourself, for revelation rarely arrives gently. It comes like thunder over calm seas, shattering illusions that once looked unbreakable. The light of God is not soft, it is surgical. It cuts, it separates, it lays bare. The one who accused you will not be able to hide. Their lies will fold under the pressure of truth. The same voices that once mocked you will tremble when the veil lifts. Heaven's light will not humiliate you, it will vindicate you, but it will expose the systems and people who stood against you. I have seen it. The hand of Michael has already struck the ground. What began as spiritual warfare will soon manifest in visible events, doors closing for those who lied, opportunities shifting from the corrupt to the righteous, alliances breaking under conviction. Some will call it a coincidence. You will know it is justice. For God never forgets a faithful servant falsely accused. The stone they threw at you will become the cornerstone of your rise. Yet I must warn you, beloved, revelation is not comfortable, even when it favors you. The truth, once revealed, burns away illusions on both sides. You will see the faces of those who betrayed you, and some of them will break your heart anew. You will hear confessions that cut deep, and heaven will whisper, "Forgive," because divine justice does not end in vengeance, it ends in restoration. What you lost in tears will return multiplied in peace. What they meant for shame will turn to testimony. And when all is unveiled, you will understand that every delay, every sleepless night, every unanswered prayer was preparing the world to witness your vindication. Michael stands ready, his sword drawn, his voice like thunder. The hour of unveiling has come. Truth will roar, the serpent's tongue will be bound, the innocent will rise, and the accuser will fall. This is not a metaphor, it is a movement. Heaven is rewriting earthly narratives in your favor. People who doubted you will begin to see. Those who mocked your faith will wonder how you endured. You will not need to speak for yourself. Truth will speak for you. So steady your heart. Do not gloat. Do not fear. What's about to unfold is both justice and mercy. You will see tables turn, but your task is to stay humble and thankful. God does not reveal to destroy, He reveals to reset. The light that's coming will cleanse, not just expose. And when the dust clears, your name will shine without blemish, because heaven itself will have testified on your behalf. Hold your peace. Keep your spirit still, for revelation is already in motion. The world will soon know what heaven has known all along. You were never the guilty one. You were the chosen one. Chosen one, the hour has come. The air in the spirit feels different because justice is no longer pending, it is being executed. What heaven decreed in secret is now manifesting before human eyes. You can almost feel the trembling in the atmosphere, can't you? The invisible courtroom has become visible. Truth has risen from the ashes of accusation, and the sound of divine order is shaking the ground beneath every false foundation. Heaven's justice does not arrive in haste, but when it moves with unstoppable precision. Every lie spoken against you is collapsing like walls struck by unseen thunder. The same mouths that cursed you will now speak your vindication. The same places that shut their doors will open them again, not from obligation, but from reverence for what God has done. I tell you this with the full certainty of heaven's witness. Your name is being cleared, not by men, but by God Himself. Archangel Michael stands at the front lines of this unfolding moment. I see him, his wings blazing, his sword drawn high. He speaks with a voice that echoes through realms. Let every false witness fall silent. Let every righteous one rise. And the echo of that decree rolls across the earth like thunder. The spiritual verdict has become a physical reality. You will see it in eyes that once doubted you, in opportunities that return, in peace that no storm can steal. But divine justice is never one-sided. It not only restores the wronged, but it also confronts the wrongdoer. The ones who schemed against you will feel the weight of their deception, not because God seeks revenge, but because He must keep the balance. They will know they touch something sacred when they touch you. You are not merely a person, you are a vessel of divine purpose. To strike you was to strike the mission of heaven itself, and heaven defends what belongs to it. Chosen one, this is your victory season, but handle it with humility. Do not let triumph harden your heart. Justice is not about pride, it is about peace. You were not vindicated to boast, you were vindicated to bear witness. You are proof that God still fights for his people. You are living evidence that no lie can outlive the truth, and no darkness can extinguish a light that heaven protects. The trumpet has sounded, the chains have fallen, the case is closed. You are free not only from accusation but from the identity the enemy tried to write over you. You are stepping into a new chapter sealed by divine authority. Walk in it with gratitude, with reverence, and with boldness. For when heaven declares finished, no power of man can reopen the file. Lift your head, chosen one. The long night has ended. The judge of all the earth has ruled in your favor, and his word is final. Now, chosen one, as the dust settles and truth stands victorious, let us seal this journey in prayer. Do not rush. This is a holy moment. Breathe slowly and open your heart, for heaven listens when the faithful speak. Father of light, we come before you in awe of your justice, humbled by your mercy and anchored in your truth. You have seen the tears of the innocent, the schemes of the wicked, and the weariness of the battle, yet you never turned away. You waited until the appointed time, and when that time came, you split the heavens to defend what belonged to you. Thank you for vindicating the one you called, for proving that no lie can prosper against the chosen, for restoring what was stolen, and for rewriting every verdict written in deception. Lord, I lift this soul before you, the one who has endured fire and storm, isolation and accusation. Wash away every residue of pain that clings to their memory. Heal every hidden wound that still throbs in silence. Where there was betrayal, plant trust again. Where there was humiliation, raise honor. Where there was fear, pour courage like oil. Let peace settle deep within them, a peace not born of circumstance but of presence. Let it guard their mind, their name, their destiny. Archangel Michael, warrior of truth, remain near. Continue to stand, watch over this one as they walk into new territory. Let your sword remain drawn, not for destruction but for protection, ensuring that no shadow dares to return where light now reigns. And to every force of darkness that once sought their downfall, we declare, your hold is broken, your claim is void, your time is over. Father, we thank you for turning ashes into testimony. The same mouths that cursed now bless. The same chains that bound now shine as crowns. What once looked like loss has become holy evidence of your faithfulness. You did not only rescue, you transformed. You made the wounded strong, the silenced loud, the forgotten seen. Now, Lord, breathe over their future. Every step they take from this moment forward, let it carry the fragrance of redemption. Surround them with favor that cannot be explained, with opportunities that confirm your hand, and with discernment that keeps them aligned with your will. May their voice heal others as theirs has been healed. May their presence bring conviction where deceit hides, and light wherever confusion lingers. And as they rise from this prayer, let them walk knowing this truth. The war is over, but the calling has just begun. They are no longer the accused, they are the anointed. The past is closed, the verdict sealed, the peace permanent. The same God who defended them will now display them. The world will not remember the accusation, it will remember the outcome. So we seal this in the name of the Almighty Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Let heaven record it, let earth witness it, let hell regret it. The chosen one is free, restored, and crowned. Amen.